When a patient came for healing recently, he said to me, "Please don't talk about shame. I don't want to hear the word shame. I don't want to talk about it." We got to speaking some more, and it wasn't long before we discovered that he had been on many, many retreats. He read every self-help book under the sun. He had seen psychologists for years upon years, and had never managed to really get anywhere in terms of being happy and feeling fulfilled. Happiness was something that he couldn't sustain, and he described it as something that always eluded him. He would have it for a while, and then it would always go. Often he thought, this is it, a breakthrough. But it never lasted. The problem is, you cannot selectively numb your feelings. If you want to be happy, that's a feeling, right? It's a state of being that comes along with joy, peace, and hopefully some bliss. But you can never be there if you are trying to dull out or numb what you may deem as negative feelings. Shame, hurt, deep anger hidden within you, all those things, feeling not good enough. All of those things cannot be overcome with positive thinking or with trying to focus only on the positive, the law of attraction, on trying to rev yourself up and be positive and successful. It's just not going to work. It's just not sustainable. If we want true happiness, we have to do something, and that is allow the truth to set us free. First, you have to accept that there are two sides of life, day and night, good and bad, beautiful and ugly, positive and negative, fearful and loved. You cannot have one side and not take the other. That is not reality. You can try and make your own reality for a while, but it's just not going to last. We don't live in bubbles of positivity. Life is hard. Life is difficult. There is order and chaos, love and fear. So we have to deal with whatever it is that we bring into our adulthood, our conscious awakenings, through childhood. Our shadows, the pain, unresolved feelings, resentments, hurts, betrayals, inadequacies, all have to be dealt with. And often they go under that title of shame. We forget what it's like growing up and not being able to share your feelings of shame. You have to be fine. You have to be well. You have to be positive. So it's inevitable almost that at some stage of life we go back before we go forward and deal with what we need to deal with. Once we deal with those feelings, we know that they don't break us down. We know that they break us open, and that there is nothing to fear but fear itself. So once you can accept both sides of life through awareness, then you can sustain happiness, peace, bliss, love, tranquility, and all of the good things. You can sustain them because you are balanced. The circle is complete, and you know, accept, and are aware of all that life has to offer. And in doing so, you live in reality. Pain and pleasure no longer are your teachers. Peace becomes a teacher. Keeping your peace is where you find true happiness. Reality is always kind. It is always a good morning. We just have to get the fear out of the way before we get to realize and then live that reality. Namaste.